Hi, welcome to this month's Learning with Loden. We're excited that you're joining us. This month we're going to feature Dr. Ashley Copley and Ms. Karen McKnight, and they're going to go over a couple of new programs that we have and things that we have in the works for parent engagement. We have a new unveiling of One Nixa, which is a series of adult and child type classes that involve classes we'll have after hours, and we'll have a wide variety. We'll have experts from our district. We'll have also community members that have a special interest in hobbies and that have submitted different applications, and we'll have a wide variety of classes that we'll be unveiling in the near future, so stay on the lookout for One Nixa. Also, we've already unveiled in our district and community our portrait of an eagle, and we'll have an overview of the portrait of an eagle. And then also the best part about this Learning with Loden is probably going to be the fact that we're just going to go over the ways that we engage parents, ways that you can be involved in as a parent in our schools. We just a few years ago we were saying we can't have parents in. Now we want you back. We're open, and we want you to know about all the different ways that you can be involved in Nixa Public Schools to be an active partner with your child as they experience our schools. But welcome back. I'm excited about this month's Learning with Loden.
Hey everybody, and welcome to another edition of Learning with Loden. We're really excited to be back for the 2023-24 school year. And to kick it off, we're talking about ways you can get connected in the school district. And I'm here with Karen McKnight. Karen, thank you for joining us today. You're going to kind of go over the first part of what we covered at Learning with Loden. So why is it important for people to be connected in the school district?
I think just finding ways to be connected and being in the know is just such an important way for our community and our families to feel a part of what's going on in their children's lives. And there's so many different ways to do that. There's so many different ways to receive the communication, to first know what's going on in the district so that then you can get involved with what's going on in the district.
We like to, fill up your inbox with information a few times, but try to do it in an organized way. I know you talked about the district app and with quick news that comes out twice a week. And then one thing that came up was about Power School and how important it is not to use the Power School app.
Right.
Why is that?
I don't know that I can explain all of the reasons why it's used the Power School app, but definitely through the website, getting into Power School so that you're able to log in, see your kids' grades, see the missing assignments, see all the different pieces. You get your bus information through the parent portal and all of those different pieces. So I think that's a very important way to stay connected, to make sure that you're following up with your child's grades and what's happening in the classroom. Also, our Canvas courses or the Seesaw notifications for the different buildings is another great way to stay involved. I was just getting onto my kiddo's Canvas app after talking about it today, just to make sure you can see missing assignments and graded assignments and what's coming up and a calendar of what's due. And I think that's such an important way because we don't get those homework communication logs as frequently as we did when we were in school. We're not necessarily keeping everything in the planner, and so just educating yourself on how to seek out that information so that you can stay involved and just aware of what's happening. And
it's really not bad for them to just ask like each individual teacher what they can expect, because different subjects are going to have different grading schedules. And as an English teacher, it took me a little longer to grade the research papers than maybe like a quiz or a math quiz or something. So just kind of get those expectations. And the other thing that I think we kind of talked about too was learning about those transitions between the different grade levels, and how, maybe how it was in fourth grade is not going to be how it is in fifth grade, and sixth grade is going to be different than, junior high. And so just kind of figure out what those expectations are as well.
And I don't think you need to necessarily think that technology replaces all of those things, like those conversations with your child's classroom teacher and their teachers, even in junior high and high school, are still so important, and they're so accessible that way. And so don't just think that everything, because it's in Canvas, that's the only way to learn about it. You can definitely still have those conversations with teachers.
And we have different things that like nixacommunication.net, where you can see all of the past editions of Quick News. You can download the district app there. And so we just try to get everything as centralized as possible to make sure that you get a kind of a one-stop shop. And the biggest thing, if you don't know, reach out. Like Facebook may not be the best place to get an answer. You will be glad to answer all those emails you send us.
Yes. I've definitely gone back and looked at some archive things, because I'm like, I know I saw that somewhere, but I don't remember where. And I bet if you ask the chat box on the website,
it's new.
There might be some answers.
We're really excited about that. This is Learning with Loden, so we're going to talk about what Dr. Loden's really excited about, that new chat bot that is on the website. website. It's going to be on the app soon. And so you can just ask all those questions if you're not sure, especially like after school hours. It's a great way to find that information. And it's a great thing because it just gets better as more people use it and ask those questions and everything else. So yeah, so look for that on the homepage and you'll make sure that you get all your questions answered. And if not, we're going to make it to where you can. So very great. Well, Karen, thank you so much for stopping by and just kind of giving us a brief overview of kind of what you plugged in today with Learning with Loden and how important it is to stay connected.
Absolutely.
And for our second part of Learning with Loden, we are here with Dr. Ashley Copley, and she is going to really kind of talk about some new stuff that's going on in Nixa. You may have seen it around. If not, you're going to a lot. But we've got this portrait of an eagle, which is kind of about the portrait of a graduate program, which may be more what some of you are familiar with. So what is the idea of the portrait of an eagle? Like, what's that overarching goal of coming up with this project?
Yeah, so we took last year to develop our portrait of an eagle, is what we like to refer to it as. It is really what are our hopes, dreams, and aspirations for our students. And we are talking pre-K through 12th grade. So that's why in most cases you might hear portrait of a graduate, but we chose to go with portrait of an eagle because we think that it is something that we just continue on and start teaching and developing at an early age. So the end goal is when you graduate from Nixa High School, you will be a portrait of these selected competencies.
And what are some of the highlights of those different competencies?
Sure. So we had a design team that developed our portrait of an eagle. Our design team consisted of about 75 to 80 people, and this was made up of community members, parents, teachers, administrators, but the stars of the show were our students. We had about 25 students that were a part of our design team, 3rd grade through graduates. And as a community, Nixa, Missouri, we said, what are important to us? What are those attributes that are important to our community? And we came up with 5. So we landed on the 5 that are on my shirt right here.
Cheat sheet. So
Cheat sheet.
So we got critical thinkers.
Yeah.
Okay, adaptable, effective communicators, confident, and empathetic.
Empathetic were the 5 competencies that we landed on. Our goal this year was our rollout year. T-shirt our staff wore at kickoff. Our kickoff was really focused on these competencies and what they look like and what we're going to do next with these competencies. Teachers are already teaching these competencies in their classroom. We have a team called the Ambassadors, and our portrait of an eagle ambassadors will continue the work. Our next goal is to get this rolled out to our families and our community.
That's awesome. So you'll probably start to see the posters up in the schools, and you'll just be learning more as we go, because we're going to roll this out. We want to do it right and do it effectively. So you're going to kind of get an idea of what this is going to look like over the coming months and weeks. And this just becomes kind of what Nixa does and what it's like. We all know about CSIP, our Comprehensive School Improvement Plan. This is just another element of something that just kind of drives what we do here in Nixa. And I know you talked about a second thing, and that was One Nixa. So what is One Nixa?
It is community classes. We want to go into our community. We want these classes to be taught by our community. We want them to be available for all ages. You'll be able to go to our website, just go to One Nixa, and there'll be a list of the classes, the dates they're offered, and a place where you can register and sign up for those classes. I can give you some examples.
Yeah. What are some of the
examples? Classes that we're going to start off with. Okay. One of them is just exploring national parks. Cool. So I don't know if you know this, but if you have a 3rd or 4th grader, they can go to our national parks free of charge.
Really?
So the class will just be, how do you plan that perfect national park vacation?
I've seen that, how to travel to all the national parks, map on Facebook or whatever else. So that'd be a lot of fun. So.
That's right. And it'll be taught by one of our JTSD staff members. Then we've got one on just baking apple pies. So that one will be offered around the holidays, and you leave with an apple pie ready to bake.
But ready to bake. Okay, so you're not going to bake it there.
You're not going to bake it there, but you'll get to create the crust, make all the pretty designs on the crust, put in the filling, and have it for your holiday party.
I'm not sure how pretty the designs would be if I tried to make that, but that's okay. All right, and so we kind of with that, we're going to have everything from parenting to just underwater basket weaving. I don't know if it's like it is, but just like a kind of a whole like range of classes for our entire community. And these are going to evolve and change as we go. Correct?
You bet. So we're going to see what traction they get. We've got to get it out there. We've got to advertise these classes, and we got to get people there. And if we have good turnout, then we can just keep adding classes. Right now, we're going to have these classes taught by our staff members, but we would really love to open it up to our community, not only to attend, but what are their hidden talents that they would like to share with our community and provide some classes.
It's awesome. And we'll probably be asking for some feedback, kind of see what people want to know about and kind of go from there. So so that's onenixa.net, onenixa.net is the
right.
website for everybody to go to.
One of the classes that I failed to mention and I would like to mention is we're going to have a monthly class called Welcome to Nixa.
Oh, that's great.
And it is for our new families to the area where they can learn a little bit about what Ms. McKnight shared prior to our interview, and then also just what I'm here now. What's available to me? What's your community all about? So we'll have monthly Welcome to Nixa courses.
And most people don't realize we get between the 500 and 1,000 new to Nixa students a year. It's a lot. So we have a lot of people coming in, and maybe and I'm glad that you're doing it, once a month, because you may just move in and start school and you're overwhelmed, trying to get the house, organized or the apartment or whatever else. And so now you kind of have that breathing room to maybe think about how can I get plugged in. And maybe you've been in Nixa a while and you really don't know all the things there. So we'll bring a lot of great things just to get plugged in and kind of go from there. So we'll be watching quick news, be watching the website, just all those things where you can make sure that you get plugged in. Some of the classes cost, a lot of them are free. It's kind of a big variety of everything to get everybody plugged in. So, well, thank you so much, Ashley, for giving us kind of an overview of some great new things happening at Nixa. And tune in next time for another edition of Learning with Loden.